The day I noticed the luxury vineyard's first threat letter, I was fixing the barn's old wiring. The envelope was crisp, the logo polished, whispering Vine Estates. Inside, a single sentence in cold blue ink made my chest tighten. Remove the rail spur behind your barn. It disrupts our silent sunsets. I stared out the window at the rusty tracks half buried in wild grass. I hadn't touched them in 20 years. They belonged to my great-grandfather, built to ship timber, then forgotten. That night I Googled the vineyard. Towering tasting rooms, marble floors, landscaped hedges, and I learned Silent Sunsets was their brand. The idea that no trains, no machines, no noise, just perfect golden wine evenings. The next weekend, I walked the land survey from the county office. My barn sat on 100 acres inherited from my family, and there it was, clear as paper, a rail spur crossing my property, part of a historic right-of-way dating back to 1883. I dug deeper, visiting the county archives, yellowed maps, handwritten deeds, and finally, a dusty ledger from 1912 showing my great-grandfather had legally leased the spur from the railroad for timber shipments. The lease had been renewed automatically for decades, never challenged, making it still valid. I photocopied the deed, the maps, and the ledger, keeping them in a folder on my workbench. Then came the threats. A tall man in a crisp suit showed up unannounced, his shoes crunching on gravel. "You're in our way," he said, voice flat. "This is a lifestyle brand. We'll make sure the county hears about your equipment noise." I didn't respond. I just nodded toward the barn and said, "I'll see you at the property line." 2 nights later, I met with my lawyer in a small diner. She sipped coffee and flipped through the documents. "This right-of-way is solid," she said. "You have more legal power here than you think." We drafted a formal response attaching the deed and lease records. I sent a copy to the Railroad Commission and filed a notice of intent to maintain the spur for commercial use. The vineyard didn't reply for weeks. Then a local reporter knocked on my door. I invited her inside, showed her the documents, and explained what I'd uncovered. She promised to keep it quiet until I was ready. Her story ran the next day, right on the front page of the county paper. The headline read, "Small-town farmer holds historic rail spur against luxury vineyard." Suddenly, the vineyard's PR team flooded the county with calls. Their CEO showed up at my gate looking uncomfortable in designer jeans. "Let's talk," he said, clearing his throat. I handed him the ledger and the deed and said, "You've already seen these. What's your offer?" He hesitated. "We underestimated this," he admitted. The next week, the vineyard withdrew all their demands, paid for some much-needed barn repairs, and even agreed to keep their machinery off sunset nights. The rail spur remains untouched, my great-grandfather's legacy alive.